How do you confidently do something professionally when there are others doing the same thing or similar? Save the date, April 25th at noon Eastern Standard Time. I have a 100% free, no strings attached webinar that I'm going to be teaching you about the 7 key factors that you need to know in order to manifest anything in your life, especially when it comes to your time and your parenting. Head on over to momisincontrol.com/join and go to that website as well. I also have a free gift that I'm going to be giving you when you register. Just put in your name and your email at momisincontrol.com/join. And yes, if you can't make it live on April 25th at noon Eastern Standard Time, we will be sending out a replay. Okay, ladies, I'm back. And today I'm going to jump in with a Q&A. So this question was asked by a community member. How do you confidently do something professionally where there are other people doing the same thing as you or similar? And I thought this was an interesting question because I think we ask questions not knowing what is getting in our way or what's keeping us stuck. So I sat with this. And I remember when I first started my business, I didn't really worry about other people doing the same thing. One, because there's billions and billions of people on this planet. And too often, I have no idea why, but we get into this comparison trap. Oh my gosh, like the competitive game, right? Think about an industry like real estate. If you're in your local town and there's a million real estate agents, you have to ask yourself, what sets me apart? Why do people work with me and not the other person? And most likely it's because of relationship. They have a connection to you, or you have a track record for, maybe going above and beyond for your clients, or, you're more well known because you've had a lot of professional experience. I have no idea. But understand that there can be a million people in your industry and you can still all equally be as successful. Professional growth equals personal development. How the level that you grow professionally will equate the level that you are willing to grow personally. So this is all an inner game. So when you ask, how do you confidently do something professionally where people are going to be doing something similar to you? Well, think about this. In the traditional sense, you go to college or university to gain some expertise in some field, right? So constantly people are going to get the exact same education. You could be a physician, you could be a nurse, you can become a teacher, like anything. You get a degree in communications or art, but you're all different. Like you're all individually different. People learn the same skills all the time. But what makes people different? What makes people different is their unique individuality. So I'll take myself, for example. I am not the only person out there. When I started my career, I was a social worker. And then I jumped into mindfulness because I was passionate about it. So then I had this mix of social work and mindfulness. And then I started teaching these skills to my son and his friends. So I was really focused on children and mindfulness. And then I brought my own stuff into it, which was teaching the parents these tools and strategies as well. So it was my angle shifted to teaching the parents these tools and strategies about mindfulness. And then it just went from there, taking my own personal experience into it of having stage 4 cancer, realizing, we're all hustling and burning ourselves out as women. So then I kept adding my story to it and adding my own experience and making it my own concoction of who I am. And also realizing I was really passionate about the mindset piece and really passionate about, being big and bold and leadership and taking a stand for how you want to feel in your life and owning that. And then realizing that parenting is just a relationship. So what happens is the more you figure out who you are, the more you figure out what you want to do in the world. So it doesn't matter if you're a real estate agent or if you are a social worker or if you teach marketing or if you like to knit cat sweaters or if you are a dog walker or you're into fitness or you are into nutrition. It truly doesn't matter, because there is a uniqueness about you that will attract your people. So for me, the feedback I often receive is you're so real and raw and authentic, which is, I think, funny because it is absolutely painful for me to be anything that I'm not. It's painful for me to look polished every single day. I'm like, wow, this is incredibly time consuming and not something I want to spend a lot of energy on. It is incredibly painful for me to polish every single word that comes out of my mouth. I'm like, oh, fuck, I just messed up. Who cares? Hit submit. So I often attract like-minded people, which are people that are like, oh my gosh, I can just be myself around you and there's no judgment. And, we're intelligent women. We have big dreams and big goals, but we want to be real. And that is who I attract. So I don't attract people who love the facade of just, wearing all these masks and looking picture perfect all the time. There are people out there who are presenting that, and they will be attracted to that. So understand that it doesn't matter who you are, whatever you desire, people will find you because of your story, because of your personality, because of your brand, because of the values that you represent in the world. So let me give you another example of fitness. Food and fitness. I've been talking about my fitness and food journey for a while now. I am definitely no Jillian Michaels. I am no, food guru. I don't even know a lot of the fitness people. But my point is, I'm looking and seeking mentorship from people who have like-minded values like me. So when someone is putting on a facade and, maybe their Instagram photos look perfect and their brand looks perfect, but then I meet them in person and I'm like, you're a fucking liar. You make it look like this is so easy for you. Like it just took you 20 minutes to do something and your body looks like that. But behind closed doors, you hate your life. I don't want to work with you. So I am attracted to people who have similar values to me, where they can be real and honest and say, listen, it's not about the diet. It's about the mindset. It's not about, measuring every single thing that you eat. It's about eating whole foods. Asking yourself, why are you eating those chips? But eat the damn chips. But ask yourself, why are you eating the damn chips? So this is why it's so essential to figure out who you are. So when you ask, how do you confidently do something professionally where there are other people doing the same things or similar? You have to ask yourself, why do I not feel confident? What about me doesn't feel confident? Do I feel like I'm not worthy of being successful in this profession? Are you stuck in the comparison trap? Do you think this is an actual competition? Because I'll tell you right now, I've had people apply to work with me in Mastery or Soul Elite. And I'm like, you know what? I think the level that you're at, or just based on, what you desire and your personality, you might be an actual better fit for my colleague. And I've literally sent referrals to other people because I want people to be successful. And I want to attract the right people so that when they say yes and we start working together, it is fun. It's exciting. And yes, there's always going to be like, I don't want to do the work. And there's going to be like you're just going to feel like, oh, this fucking sucks sometimes. But it doesn't feel hard. It doesn't feel like a struggle because they're a right fit for you, because both of your values are in alignment. So it doesn't matter who you are. Just be you. And I know that's a big question to ask, but when you are being yourself, you are able to attract like-mindedness. And this also goes to, I want to talk a little bit about confidence. Confidence and motivation are weird words for me because people will say, how do you, you're just so confident, or, how do you have the motivation to do this? And I think these are myths. Confidence to me means being able to trust yourself. I didn't always have confidence. Do I think I'm a very confident person now? In some things, yes. In other things, no. But the things that I feel confident in was only because I took courageous action over and over and over again. So I'll give you an example. Podcasting. How can I put myself out there every single day knowing that I'm hitting submit, making mistakes, sounding stupid, and people listening to me and downloading all over the place, over 2 million downloads? Well, that can be terrifying when you're first starting. My first podcast that I put out, I had 8 downloads, I think over a month or something. It was a ridiculous low number. I felt like an idiot. It was an interview that I did, and you can even go back and listen to it. If you go all the way back and listen to episode number 1, I was so scared. But over time, just doing it again and again and again, I kept being scared and I kept showing up. And then over time, I just gained confidence. And then after, I didn't even care what people thought. So I look at my stats and they keep going up. And guys, I tell myself this all the time. Why are people listening to me? Oh my gosh, that was so stupid. I can't believe I said that. It came out of my mouth. Sometimes I'll crack a joke and I'm like, oh my God, did I actually just talk about buttholes on the podcast today? And I just hit submit, because the more I can just be real, raw, and authentic, the more I give you permission to be yourself. So taking this action, hitting submit over and over and over again, it wasn't that I became, all of a sudden I was like, I'm such a confident podcaster. It was that I was able to trust myself. I'm like, Heather, you have proven to yourself that you will show up again and again and again and do this, and you will follow through. So then you just deepen your relationship with who you are. It's not about looking in the mirror and feeling confident. Yes, that's a different type of confidence, but it's about looking at yourself and saying, I see you, I love you, and I respect you. So to answer your question, how do you have the confidence to do something professionally when other people are doing something similar? There's no other you in this entire universe. You are special. If you listen to your desires, meaning, oh, I really want to teach this, or I really want to do that, and you give yourself 100% permission to go for it, that's exactly what you were born to do. So do it. When you have a calling or a desire to go after something, that is when you gain the confidence, when you push through the fear and take daily action. All right, ladies, I'm excited. What are you going to do today to challenge yourself to know that you got this? Are you secretly hoping your child does as you say and not as you do? Well, guess what? I've teamed up with Big Life Journal to help give your children the tools and strategies they need to live their big life. Their growth mindset journals empower children to face challenges head on, think positive, and embrace mistakes. You can also check out their printables and growth mindset activity cards. It doesn't matter if your child is a toddler or entering high school. Discover how to live in a growth mindset is a lifelong skill we all can learn about. Head on over to momisincontrol.com/big life. And when you use the promo code MIIC until June, you'll get 10% off all your purchases. That's momisincontrol.com/big life, promo code MIIC.